Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Friday, February the 1st. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. Finally, the Canucks return to action, not tonight, but tomorrow night, Saturday night in Colorado, kicking off a 4-game road trip that will see them play Colorado, Philadelphia, Washington, and then Chicago. And it's a big game. They are tied with Colorado in the standings, and with the win, the Canucks would move 2 points up on them, obviously, or at 1 point up if it's a win in overtime or a shootout. And the Canucks would move into sole possession of the second wildcard spot of 8th overall in the Western Conference. So we know that there are big ramifications there, big implications there. And the cool thing is, every game here on in will be an important one, whether it's for the Canucks playoff standings or whether it's other teams. So we're going to be doing a lot of scoreboard watching over the next 2.5 months until the middle of April. The Canucks practiced yesterday, their first practice back. It was a full practice at UBC. I mean, it could because they had everyone there, and the lines looked like this. The top line was Horvat with Berchi and Josh Levo. The second line had Pettersson and Besser, of course, and then Granlund and Goldobin taking turns there. So one of those guys will be scratched, likely. Third line was Sutter between Virtanen and Roussel. I think Travis Green really likes that Virtanen and Roussel combo. And the fourth line had Beagle and Eriksson, and then Mott and Schaller switching out. So likely he'll go with Schaller. He'll go with Beagle, Eriksson, and Mott. That's been working for the team recently. He might put Schaller in there, but I bet you Schaller's going to be one of the healthy scratches. And then, like I said, on the second line with Pettersson and Besser, he's got to decide between Granlund and Goldobin. I know Canucks fans will want Goldobin. We'll see who it ends up being tomorrow. And then the D pairing is the same. Edler, Tanev, Stetcher, Hutton, Pouliot, Gudbranson, with Alex Biega being the extra. Then Markstrom and Demko in the nets, of course. Likely Markstrom to start, for especially first game coming out of a break. So like I said, big implications. I'll talk about them a bit more tomorrow, maybe with more of a game preview tomorrow. I want to talk about three things real quick. Number one, just saw that Jared McCann, former draft pick of 2014, you know, he was a late first-round pick, the same draft as Jake Virtanen. Jake Virtanen got drafted 6 overall. Virtanen was in the 20s. He got traded today. He was in Florida, right? Got traded by the Canucks a couple years ago, and he just got traded to Pittsburgh actually in a deal that included Brassard and someone else, I can't remember who, going over to Florida for Nick Bjugstad and Jared McCann. So I think it was actually kind of Sherry. I think it was Brassard and Sherry and picks to Florida for Bjugstad and McCann. I think that's the gist of it. Just interesting to see when every time you see an ex-Canuck make a move. So McCann joining his third team in just over 5 years. Second thing, I wanted to give a shout out to Shahid Devji, good friend of mine, getting to know him a little bit over the last 2 or 3 months. And he released a podcast relatively recently called Tao Power, and he released an episode this morning, and his guest is none other than yours truly. Went over there Tuesday night. We recorded for an hour. It felt like 10 minutes. It was super fast. Got to talk about my All-Star experiences, got to talk about my experience as a Canucks fan, and also the motivation behind my vlogs and my songs and such. And really like Shahid. He's very down to earth. He knows his stuff. Very personable, good-looking guy. Obviously, honorary member of the GLCPC. And it was like two old buddies just talking about a team that they love. So I encourage you to check it out. I post on my Twitter. I also put a link down below. But check out Shahid's podcast. It's called Tao Power. This is episode number 6, so he's starting small, but he's growing quite quickly. And I encourage you not only check out this episode where I'm blabbing for a little bit, but future and past episodes as well. So thanks again, Shahid, for having me on your podcast. Had a lot of fun. You know, wonderful home and a beautiful family as well. And then last night I was at the Power Hour Live. I was at the Rio Theater. I think it's the first time I've ever been there. I lived in Vancouver, Richmond, all 44 years of my life. Brought my friend Jason, the younger brother of Mike, who's my season ticket partner. But Jason and I have known each other for 15 years through church circles, and he's the captain of my roller hockey team, and he hasn't kicked me off the team yet. So I treated him to a nice, pretty casual night, and we had a lot of fun. Got to see, obviously, Jason Brough, Mike Halford, Jason Botchford, and E. McCletchy kind of hosting the night. DJ Swing was on spinning the tunes, so to speak, and we had a stand-up comedian that opened it up, and then other guys from The Athletic were there, and they got quick mic time, including J.D. Burke, Harmon, Boy Genius, Ryan Beach, and Israel Fair, who didn't get a chance to use the mic, but I had a nice catch up with Israel after the event as well. So overall, it was pretty cool. It was cool because it was casual, yet it was neat. You know, I've met all these guys before in one shape or form, but it's still cool. And I heard other people saying this, that it's nice to match a face or a body, but most importantly a face, to the voice, because you close your eyes and it sounds like you're listening to the radio, and that's, I guess, what they want. They want to make it an authentic experience of what you hear on their Power Hour on TSN 1040 in the mornings, but it was live, right? So you can actually open your eyes and see the guys standing there and see the way they interact and the interplay between them. But it was great. It was great. You know, 3 very knowledgeable guys, obviously all of them Halford, Bruff, and Botchford. A lot of funny moments, coining the phrase Mexico Louis for Louis Ericsson's escapades, arguing about Jake Virtanen and Nikolai Goudobin and usage, you know, talking about Brock Besser and his future contract and what they need to do on the blue line, and maybe Demko's, you know, career arc. So many good things. A lot of good discussion over an hour and a half. We had a chance for, you know, the audience was able to ask questions as well. So overall, a good night. Went very quickly, but it was a fun. It was about a couple hundred people there at the Real Theater. I'd say 95% of them were guys, if not 96 or 97%. But overall, it was a great chance to hang out with fellow fans, meet some of the writers who are all at the Athletic now. It's amazing to see how quickly the Athletic has grown. I had a good time with Jason, and I was able to touch base with some of the writers, especially with, like I said, Israel afterwards, JD Burke a little bit, met Harmon for the first time, and a good chat with Botchford as always. And I was sharing stories about my meeting Pedersen meeting Pedersen and Bettman in San Jose last weekend. So overall, a great night. And you know, if they do another one maybe later in the spring, I encourage you to check it out, because it's just they're smart guys, they're smart people there, and it's nice to have the live interactive portion of it. Okay, that's all I got for you today. I want to talk about a quick preview of Colorado. I'll probably do a more in-depth one tomorrow. Talk about the podcast the podcast appearance, and also you know, my reflections on last night's Power Hour Live. Canucks fans, leave a comment below. You can talk about what you think of the line combinations, if you're worried about Goudobin, Granlund, who's playing, who's not, anything like that. What you expect for the Canucks coming out of the break. They weren't playing the best hockey going into the break, but maybe they'll come back rested and rejuvenated, although playing in Colorado and that altitude is probably not the best way to start off the second half of their season, so to speak. You can let me know if you're going to be able to check out that podcast and check out what Shade's doing, and maybe if you were at the Power Hour last night, give a quick shout out below. I was able to say hi to people like Anna Forsyth as well. I don't think she watches these things, but if she does, we'll see, and a couple others. Jordan as well. It's nice meeting you, friend of this YouTube series, this Canucks vlog, so to speak. So it was great meeting a few people or reconnecting with a few people that I haven't seen in a while. All right, leave a comment below. Love to read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, and have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.